Good morning students, welcome back to the class. Today in this video lecture I am here with a new chapter of class 6 NCERT science textbook, that is separation of substances. Before starting, first we will follow our regular pattern, that is revision of our previous chapter, and our previous chapter is sorting material into groups. Okay, so tell me students, what are the basic properties of a material? Yes, these are appearance, hardness, solubility, float and sink in water, and transparency. Okay. Now give example each one of them. Transparent material, translucent material, and opaque material. Yes. Glass is the example of transparent material. Butter paper is the example of translucent material, and wood is the example of opaque material. Okay. Now tell me students, what is soluble substance? Yes, that substance which dissolve in water is called soluble substance. Okay. Example, salt and sugar. Okay. And what is insoluble substance? That substance which do not dissolve in water is called insoluble substance. Example, oil, wood are the insoluble substance. Does sugar soluble in water? Yes. Does sand soluble in water? No. Very good. Now let's start the detailed discussion of the chapter. Before we start the chapter, I want to show you some images. Where your mom pour the tea, what she uses? Yes, she uses strainer. And why it is needed to use strainer? Yes, to separate tea leaves from liquid tea. Good. Students, what is this? Yes, this is the process of ginning. In our third lecture, we have already discussed about the ginning. What is ginning? Very good. Separation of seeds from cotton fiber is called ginning. Good. See here the process of churning of milk to separate butter. What is churning? Churning is the process to get butter from milk or curd. Okay. Sometimes we eat salted poha and we find chilies in it. So what we usually do? Yes, we pick chilies and separate it from poha. If a mom gives you the mixture of salt and sugar and to separate it, so students, how will you separate it? Would you like to separate it by picking out from your hands? Obviously not. So which method should we use to separate it? So today we will learn about the separation of substances. That which method can be used for separation of mixtures of different substances. Okay. So as usual, I would like to introduce the topics that what we will cover in this lecture. First, we will cover the introduction, that what is separation. Then we will discuss about the different method of separation. Okay. Then we will discuss about the use of more than one method of separation. Okay. Then we will discuss the solubility of substances in water, and at last we will have exercises. Now let's move to the detailed discussion of the chapter. Why do we need to separate substance? Yes, to separate harmful substance from a mixture. For example, separating stones, insects from pulses and rice. Second one is to separate non-useful substances. For example, straining tea leaves from tea. Third one is we also separate two useful components if we want to use them separately. Example, separation of lassi and butter by churning of curd. Okay, so first let's define the let's define the separation. That what is separation? A division of mixture, into their constituent materials. Okay, again, a division of mixture into their constituent materials. Okay, so students, one activity is given in a book in the form of match the column, that is table 5.1. Why do we separate substances? Okay, I have already matched it, and I have written here that there are three columns. First is separation process. Second one is purpose for the separation. Okay. Third one is what do we do of the separated components. Okay. The first one is separate stones from rice. So what is the purpose for the separation? Yes, to remove impurities or harmful components. Okay. And what will we do? This from up to the of the separated substances, we throw away the impurities. Okay. Second one is churning milk to obtain butter. What are the purpose of the separation of churning milk to churning milk? Yes, to separate two different but useful components. Okay. And what will we do? The separated components? We use both the components. Okay. What we will obtain from the churning milk? We will obtain lassi and butter. Okay. So we can use both the substances. Third one is separate tea leaves. What is the purpose of separation? To remove non-useful components. And what we will do of the separated components? We throw away the solid components. Okay. Now we will study about the different methods of separation. There are different methods of separation, but today in this lecture we will study about the 4 methods of separation, and that are hand picking method, second one is threshing, third one is winnowing, and fourth one is sieving. Okay. So first method is hand picking method. Students, I have the mixture of peanut and almond. Okay. I have the mixture of peanut and almond. I have to separate it. So how can I separate it? Yes, it is quite simple. I am picking peanut. Okay. And putting it to the bowl. And I separated the almond. Okay. Very good. So which method, what I did to separate it? Yes, I used my hands to separate this. So this method are known as hand picking method. This method is known as hand picking method. Why? I used my hands. Okay. Tell me students, what is this? These are rice grains with some impurities. Now to remove the impurity, what you will do? You will pick up these impurities with your hands, right? You have seen your mom doing this almost every day. So the separation method used to remove the unwanted or harmful substances from a mixture by using our hands. It is called hand picking method. Okay. Students, here I have one question for you. Can hand picking method be used to separate all substance from a mixture? Let's take a look of this picture. This is the mixture of salt and sugar. can you separate this mixture by hand picking method? Obviously not. We will not be able to separate this mixture by our hands. Okay, but why? Because here two components are very small in their sizes, and this is practically impossible to separate these components by our hands. So now let's know the condition where a hand picking method can be used. First condition is when size of impure substances is large. Okay. Second condition is quantity of impure substances are less. Okay. So in the mixture of salt and sugar, size of both components are small. So we cannot use hand picking method to separate it. Right? Let's move forward to our next method, and that is the threshing. Threshing is a method that is used to separate grains from stalks. Okay? Let's see how it can be separated. See this farmer? He is beating stalk in the iron plate and separate grains from it. This process is known as threshing. Okay? Threshing is done either manually or by using thresher.
Students, this is a wheat plant, and this part of plant has grains in it. This part is known as stalk. Okay, now we have to separate grains from stalk. How can we done this? Either manually or using by threshing machine. Okay, here the farmer is beating stalk on the iron plate and separate grains from stalk. Here are some farmers are separating grains by using thresher. Thresher is a machine to separate grains from stalk. Now look at here. How does thresher work? There are many blades are attached in thresher machine.
Now we will come to our next method, and that is the winnowing. Winnowing is the method that is developed in olden days for separating grains from husk. Okay. Here you can see a lady using the same technique. Winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or by blowing air. Okay. After threshing, here is the farmer. He is separating a lighter husk particles from heavier seeds of grains by blowing air. Look, this method is commonly used by farmers. Right? So one question is arising here. Why do we use winnowing for separating husk from grains? And why do we not use hand picking method? As we have already discussed, that why hand picking method, we can separate we cannot separate the very small particles. That's why separating husk from grains, we use winnowing. Okay. Before moving forward, let's make this clear once again, so you don't get confused between the threshing and winnowing. Okay. So in threshing, we separate the grains from stalk by beating manually in hard surface or with the help of threshers. And in winnowing, we separate husk from grains by blowing air. Okay. I think you have clearly understood that the difference of the threshing and winnowing. Okay. Now we will move to the next method, and that is the sieving. Student, have you ever noticed that whenever your mom prepare any dish with flour, she removes the impurity and bran which is present inside the flour by using sieve plate? How does she do it? She uses the sieve plate and pour the flour into it, and sieving allow the fine particles pass through the holes of the sieve, while bigger impurities remains on the sieve plate, right? Okay, I have a mixture of rava and sugar. Okay, now I am trying to separate these components. Okay, so I am pouring this into the sieve plate. See, I have separated it. This is the rava and this is sugar particles. Okay, clear? See, the bigger particles remain on the sieve plate. Sugar is a bigger particle and rava is a smaller particle. Okay, smaller particles pass through the holes of the sieve plate, and I have collected sugar in this bowl. Okay, you may have also noticed the process of construction sites, that big sieves being used to separate pebbles and stones from sand. So sieving is a method in which particles are separated on the basis of difference in their sizes by using sieving plate. Okay. Now I would like to ask you one question. If I mix chalk powder in the wheat flour, can we separate the wheat flour and powdered chalk by sieving? Obviously not. But why? Because sieving is used when components of mixtures have different in sizes. But in the mixture of chalk powder and wheat flour, the sizes of both components are same. So we cannot use sieving method. Why? Because to use this method, for using this method, the sizes of components should be different. Okay. So today we have studied that why do we separate substances. Then we have seen that some methods of separation, that are the hand picking method, that the method in which substance are separated from the mixture by just picking them with the help of hands. Okay. Then we have studied about the threshing. The threshing is used for separating grains from stalk by beating them on hard plate or by using thresher. Okay. Then we have discussed about the winnowing. Winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture with the help of blowing air. Okay, and we have learned about the sieving, that separation can be done on the basis of their different sizes. Okay, by using sieving plate. Okay, now I have a homework for you. Which method of separation you would like to use in the following? First, separate stones from wheat. Second one, to separate wheat flour from bran. Third one, separate to separate husk from grains. Okay, you have to do this homework in a copy. Some more methods are there which we will discuss in our next video. Till then, keep revising. Thank you.